My name is Taylor Philippi, and I serve as the area director for the private schools in the greater Wichita area.
I'm Camry Philippi, and I'm Tay's wife.
Yep. When I was in high school, I didn't go to Young Life because of Jesus or because of anything else other than the girls and the games.
And I was the exact opposite of Tay. I purposefully did not go to Young Life because I knew there were kids going there just for the girls and the games. I thought there was no substance to it, and I thought that I knew all the answers.
Despite only being there for the girls and the games, I had some great leaders that walked alongside me all through high school. Even in my partying phase and all the different things that I was doing, they still loved me and they still wanted to hang out, despite me kind of pushing away. There's a story in the Bible about the prodigal son, but it's really about a son who takes all of his father's wealth and all the things that he has and wastes it on a worthless life. He ends up finding out that it's really not the life that he wanted, and he runs back to the father. And the father was there and embraced him and loved him anyways. That's a lot of my story with Young Life. Despite all of the things that I was doing and all of the worthless things that I knew I didn't want to do, Young Life was always there, and my leaders were always there embracing me and showing me more about Jesus' love. So I was definitely the kid that everybody could say was lost. I was doing all the wrong things and trying to get away with it, and for the most part I was. But on the inside, I knew that I didn't want to do it, and mostly my leader knew that I didn't want to do it. Even though I would go to parties and things like that, they would still come alongside me and cast vision for my life, tell me how much Jesus loved me, and invite me back to Young Life events. As a sophomore in high school, I got the opportunity to go on work crew, and I had probably the best work crew boss I could have had. Billy was there with his family, and they just loved me. Even though I wasn't there for the right reasons, and even though I really didn't know who Jesus was at that point, his family walked alongside me and told me about all of the things that I could be a part of and cast a vision for my life back in Wichita. They also gave me the opportunity to see life and what it would look like with Jesus as opposed to by myself. They painted a picture for a life that was whole and a life that wasn't filled with worthless things that I had been giving myself to.
In college, there was an older woman, Kate, who really poured into me. She finally made it clear that the gospel was not about me. It wasn't about all the right things I'd done in high school, all the times that I came in on curfew or made my parents proud. It really was a response to what Jesus has already done for me. Because of Kate and because of what she did for me, I'm able to do that for other kids. I'm able to share with them, hey, it's not about you. It's not about all the right things that you can do. It really is about Jesus and what he's already done for you.
Both Camry and I had amazing adult leaders that poured into our lives and told us a lot about the way that Jesus loves us and a lot about the Bible. Because we had leaders pour into our lives, Camry and I really feel privileged to walk back into those high schools, back into those same cafeterias and classrooms, and get to tell kids about Jesus and get to love them. We get to talk about our struggles, we get to talk about how our leaders really changed our lives, and we get to do that for other kids. We're blessed to do it, and we're so thankful that we get to do it.
Tay and I always joke that we would have never ended up together if I knew who he was in high school, but I think it's sweet now to see as an adult that the Father's heart really is for the kid that was me in high school and the kid that he was. It's such a sweet gift as an adult now to walk into a high school and see kids that are like me and kids that are like Tay and know where they're at and know that the gospel and Young Life has something to say to every kid.
My name is Abraham Rodriguez, and I get the privilege of serving on Young Life staff as the area director for USD 259. I get the joy of sharing my life with kids in Wichita Public Schools, both in middle school and in high school. I grew up in Western Kansas. I had an incredible family. I had a mom and a dad who loved me and shared Jesus with me. My dad taught me the value of hard work, and my mom taught me the importance of serving others. I was fortunate to have parents who loved me and cared about me, and I know that they always wanted the best for me. But I recognized that they needed help, and it took a whole community. I had teachers who refused to let me give up, who challenged me. I had people in my church who gave me a role and helped me belong to a local body of believers, and I had a business owner who taught me life skills that I needed to know later on in life to help my career move along. And I recognize that not every student has that, especially when they go back to broken homes and difficult circumstances. And that's where a community has to come around them and provide them the social capital and the support that they need to change the trajectory of their lives. In Young Life, we get the joy of introducing students to Jesus, but we recognize that that's just one dimension of their life, and there are so many others that need to be addressed. Not only do we focus on discipleship, but we do our best to advise them on getting ready for the rest of their lives and developing in them a sense of leadership that transforms this community. If you look back on my story, you look at Taylor's story, Camry's story, we all have examples of adults who came along and cast vision for us, who cared enough to share not only their lives, but to share Jesus with us in an incredible way that transformed our lives.